Hi, and welcome to Drum Dog.
Now, on the 18th of March, we are very excited to be having the legendary Steve White come down to Yeovil and do a drum clinic with us.
Now, that's got us thinking about drum clinics we've been to in the past and which we enjoyed the most. Now, both of us have compiled lists of our top 5 clinics we've ever been to, but each of us don't know what the other has put.
In the interest of fair play, I'm going to disqualify Steve White because he's coming to do one with us, and it would seem a bit biased because I'm just going to put him at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I think he's amazing. I've seen him 5 times.
Wow.
Over a long time, when I was 20 years ago, the first one. And
that's great.
2017, the last one, but yeah. So here you go, our top 5 drum clinics.
Simon Phillips. I've seen him a couple of times, once at Drum Fest a few years ago, and about 2 or 3 years ago at a clinic in Guildford. What I loved about his presentation was the fact that he was just so calm the whole time. He was just such a chilled out guy, and he played with so much intensity but still maintaining that same kind of relaxed approach, which was just really nice.
Never seen him. I'm sure if I go through my record collection, I've got hundreds of records with him on, but that's one I really want to see.
Right.
My number 5, Stanton Moore. I really like this clinic. It was like it took you on a time travel through the music of New Orleans and funk and all the different grooves and why the drummers played like they did. It was superb. Really recommended.
It's one I haven't seen, but it's definitely on my wish list.
He's so cool. He calls everyone cats.
My number 4 is Chris Coleman. Now this one has a slight backstory to it. I was working backstage at London Drum Show, and his flight had been delayed to London. He'd been stuck in an airport all night. He arrived an hour before his slot. His slot had been moved from a headliner to an opener because of the flight delay. We didn't know if he was going to make it.
No way.
Hadn't slept, hadn't eaten, had an hour to get ready, and he got up there and he played like he always does, absolutely flawless, and just spoke with so much positivity and happiness. You wouldn't believe the hell he'd been through to get there. You know, he didn't let it bother him. What a phenomenal guy.
Yeah.
You ever seen Chris?
Maybe. My number 4, Nate Smith. That was great. It was a masterclass in class and groove. And for example, he did a solo with just one stick and an egg shaker, and no one in the room breathed.
I think that's the perfect description for that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
My number 3 is Marc Juliana. This is the same year at London Drum Show that I saw Chris Coleman. And Mark was the only guy to turn up and say that he didn't want a drum riser and that he only wanted a bass drum mic and an overhead. And he played with so much dynamic control and clarity that it was all he needed. And he knew it before he'd even played in the room. It was just a masterful display of dynamics and musicality. Really good.
Awesome. My number 3, Chris Coleman,
Ah.
but a different clinic to the one you went to.
Okay.
He must be the happiest man on the planet. And he's so funny, but with being educational as well. He was playing bass and getting people up on stage to jam with him. And yeah, a really good guy, an incredible player.
My number 2 is Nate Smith.
And you'd be up there.
Same clinic. We went there together actually.
Yeah.
And I can't summarise it much better than Ryan did, but I just have to add that he gave the clinic from more of a musical point of view, rather than being a drummer talking about exercises or how he warms up. It was purely on why he'd written some songs and his inspirations and his experiences as a band leader, which I thought for a drum clinic was really refreshing.
Yeah, he was superb. My number 2, Dave Weckl.
Ooh.
And I know you'll be upset because you missed that clinic, couldn't make it.
I'm still annoyed about that.
You just get a sense when he's in the room, you are in the room with a drum god. And now he's got white hair and a beard, he kind of looks like one as well. He's like the drum wizard. But
Nice.
he was so calm and measured. And the stuff on ergonomics, I really took away from that. I changed my setup after that one. Yeah, he's just amazing.
My number 1 drum clinic is Benny Greb. This was just such an enjoyable clinic. It was an equally good performance in the phenomenal drumming he was giving and just the phenomenal entertainment he was giving as a human being. His anecdotes were so funny. His presentation was so calm and collected and just really knowledgeable. Really just, you felt like you were in the room chatting to a drum friend. It really was really personable.
My number 1, also Benny Greb. Same
clinic.
Yeah, it was really good. I've never been to a clinic where the talking when he speaks is just watching as intently as you are when he's drumming. It was superb, very funny, really, really cool guy. And yeah, the way he can get across a really good point and make you laugh at the same time was really cool.
Yeah.
He was also in the pub afterwards that I was in.
Nice.
It was like, so that's it. There's our top 5 drum clinics. And don't forget, if you've never been to a drum clinic, you really should get to one. It really is an inspirational event. You'll want to leave and just straight on a drum kit and play. And we have our very own with the legendary Steve White, 18th of March.
We'd love to hear more about your experiences at drum clinics and which ones you enjoyed the most. So let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you next time.